I would like to call this council meeting of Thursday, February the 6th, 2025 to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Council President Miller is absent. Deputy Majority Whip Anderbois?
Present.
Councilwoman Anthony?
Present.
Majority Leader Espinal is absent. Senior Deputy Majority Leader Gonzalez?
Present.
Councilwoman Graves is absent. Deputy Majority Leader Harris?
Present.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Present.
Council President Pro Tempore Pichardo is absent. Councilor Royas?
Present.
Councilwoman Ryan? Present. Majority Whip Sanchez?
Present.
Councilman Taylor?
Present.
Councilwoman Ana Vargas?
Present.
Councilman Oscar Vargas?
Present.
You have 11 present and 4 absent. You have a quorum.
At this time, I would like to ask for a motion to elect an acting council president for this meeting only.
I would like to make a motion to elect Councilwoman Harris as acting president for this meeting only.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The Pledge of Allegiance, the invocation will be given by, everyone stand please, as the invocation will be given by Councilwoman Anthony.
Dear Lord, thank you for your many blessings, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to represent the residents of Providence. Please guide us during this unprecedented attack on our democracy by President Trump and his administration. Please help us provide assistance to our unhoused, our undocumented, and our most vulnerable populations. Help us stand strong in the face of a federal administration that wants to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion, because we all know that those beliefs and practices make our city one of the best places to live in the country. We ask you to help us provide calm, steady leadership during a time of crisis and chaos. Thank you, dear Lord. Amen.
Everyone remain standing as we have the Pledge of Allegiance being led by Councilwoman Peterson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, item number 3, please.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 3 and move approval.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, item number 4.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of items 4 and 5.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please note item 4 and 5 as received.
So noted.
Madam Clerk, please read item 6.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of items 6 through 9.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any abstention? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please refer item 6 to the Committee on Ordinance, item 7 and 8 to the Committee on Finance, and item 9 to the Special Committee on Environment and Resilience.
So noted.
Madam Clerk, item number 10.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 10, pass on a voice vote and refer back to the Board of Contract and Supply.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? At this time, I ask Councilwoman Anthony, take the floor, please.
Thank you, Madam President. With regard to this item, I'm asking that the council pass this on the floor because it's an urgent matter. Public Property is asking this resolution be passed to finalize the repairs on a hot water tank at 444 Westminster. As you know, that property is owned by Joseph Paolino, and the city leases the property. Pursuant to the lease, the cost of all the repairs are borne by the city. Right now, there are 2 hot water tanks that service that entire building, and with one out of service, I'm worried that the weather, that we may have problems, and I'd hate to delay the repair on the one that's broken, just in case we have some sort of event that causes the other one to fail. So it was referred to council because the change order was more than 20% of the original cost of the contract. The contract originally was $19,400. During the installation, the contractor discovered that there was an improper expansion tank which had to be replaced. Certainly wasn't foreseen that this was the case before they did the installation, so they have asked for an additional $5,650. So I'm asking the council to, rather than to refer to finance, to actually pass a resolution on the floor. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
First, is there any discussion other than Councilman Gonzalez?
Madam President, point of personal expression, I just wanted to say thank you for your leadership on introducing the ordinance to establish Juneteenth as a municipal holiday. As you know, Juneteenth marks the day that...
Councilman, we're not on that item yet. We're still on item number 10.
Oh, okay, great.
We're in the middle of a vote. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay. All right. No other discussions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please read item 11.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 10 or item 11 and pass on a voice vote.
No. That would be...
Motion to waive the reading of item 11.
Thank you.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any abstentions? Any opposition? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please read item 12.
Madam
President, can you please refer item 11 to the Committee on Finance?
Thank you. Refer item 11 to the Committee on Finance. Thank you.
So noted.
Please read item 12.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 12 through 16 and pass on a voice vote.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion?
Madam President, may I request that we read, have our amazing clerks read item 12 into the record?
So be. Madam Clerk.
Whereas January has brought below freezing temperatures classified as a polar vortex, placing unhoused residents at extreme risk. And whereas, despite the 3 Code Blue warming shelters remaining open 24/7, these spaces were insufficient to meet the overwhelming demand. And whereas, recognizing the urgent need for additional shelter, the Da Vinci Center, under the leadership of Norma Gonzalez, selflessly opened its doors as an overnight emergency warming shelter. And whereas, in response, staff from Better Lives Rhode Island, under the leadership of Paula Hudson, stepped up with expertise to provide critical, specialized support to our unhoused residents for 12 hours each day as the center has to be open. And whereas the leadership of the Da Vinci Center and the dedicated efforts of Better Lives Rhode Island staff allowed the center to remain open for a critical period, giving warm shelter to as many as 50 people in a singular night and saving lives. And whereas, without the compassionate, life-saving work of the organizers at the Da Vinci Center, the staff from Better Lives Rhode Island, and dozens of community volunteers, the emergency warming shelter would not have been possible. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Providence City Council expresses its deep gratitude to the staff of both the Da Vinci Center and Better Lives Rhode Island for their heroic contributions which ensured the safety of Providence residents.
Madam President, point of personal expression.
Please.
Madam President, tonight I rise in strong support of this resolution. I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to the staff of both the Da Vinci Center and Better Lives Rhode Island who are here tonight. Two organizations that have demonstrated time and time and again what it truly means to serve our community with heart, dedication, and an unshakable commitment to those who need them most. For over 50 years, the Da Vinci Center has been the backbone of the North End. They've fed families and seniors and built an institution that people actually trust. And now, under Norma Gonzalez's leadership, they're not just carrying on that legacy, they're rewriting it. When temperatures dropped and people were on the verge of freezing to death in our city, Norma did not hesitate. She opened Da Vinci's doors, not because it was easy, not because they had extra resources, but because it was the right thing to do. That kind of leadership doesn't just happen, Madam President. It comes from a deep-rooted love for community, and it is nothing short of inspiring. But opening the doors was only the first step. Running a warming center, providing care, and meeting people where they are takes a special kind of expertise. And that's where Better Lives Rhode Island stepped in. Now, I've had the privilege of working alongside Better Lives, and I could tell you firsthand, they may be small, but they are mighty. I first met their team when my neighborhood was navigating two large encampments, and I needed to better understand the complex realities of homelessness. It was Better Lives Rhode Island that helped me do that. I saw them in action. I saw how they worked with our unhoused neighbors the way that few providers could. They had the best rapport with our unhoused clients, hands down. I watched how folks in the encampments interacted differently with other providers, sometimes with hesitation, sometimes with mistrust. But when Better Lives Rhode Island showed up, it was different. There was trust, there was dignity, and there was a real connection. So it's no surprise that when the Da Vinci Center stepped up to open up a warming shelter, Better Lives Rhode Island was there too, working 12-hour shifts every single day to provide critical support. Their presence, their expertise, and their deep relationships with the unhoused community saved lives. And that brings me to my final point, colleagues. Saying thanks isn't enough. The best way we could show our gratitude to these amazing organizations is not just with words, but with action. These organizations have proven time and time again what they can do with the smallest of resources. Imagine what they could do if they were adequately funded. As a city, we must ensure that these organizations are not just recognized for their incredible work, but supported so they don't have to keep making miracles out of scarcity. But tonight, I urge all of us to not just applaud their work, but to commit to ensuring they have the resources they need to continue. Because when we invest in organizations like these, we invest in Providence where no one is left behind. And with that, Madam President, I ask my colleagues to join me in a round of applause for the Da Vinci Center, Better Lives Rhode Island, and every staff member and volunteer who made this life-saving effort possible. Thank you. And Madam President, if I may, I just want to note that after this session comes to a close, we'll be giving out citations and taking pictures with the members of these organizations. And so if folks would like to join us, please do. That's going to be after this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Lewis. Any other discussion? Councilman Blanco.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to say thank you to the leadership of Councilor Royas and also Councilor Sanchez during that night when people were out in the cold, and allowing our council chambers to be a place of warmth and also a place where people could come together to get what they need. I just want to applaud them for their leadership. I think they deserve a big round of applause. And for making that such an important issue here in the city, in making sure that we were putting bottom-up pressure on all of our partners, whether our local government and state government, to move the ball forward on that initiative. And there's a lot of work to do to ensure that our unhoused neighbors are taken care of. And this is going to connect towards our item number 13, which is something that I want to thank you for your leadership on, Council President, as you preside tonight. And I want to remind folks that Black History Month isn't just a month. It's something that is an indelible part of Providence's history. In recognizing Juneteenth as a municipal holiday, but also Black History Month, is something that we ought to continue to do to uplift and acknowledge the contributions of Black Americans in our city and also in our country, because freedom should be recognized and remembered and reaffirmed by all. And I want to thank you for your leadership and for putting that piece of legislation forward. Thank you, Madam President.
Any
Madam
other
President.
discussion?
Madam President,
Councilwoman Peterson.
thank you. Madam Clerk, would you be able to read number 16? Please.
Madam Clerk.
Whereas the Providence City Council recognizes that recent actions and policies at the federal level have created uncertainty, hardship, and distress for many in our community. And whereas, in times of challenge and difficulty, it is essential that local government stand with and support its residents, reaffirming our commitment to compassion, dignity, and justice for all. And whereas, the City of Providence is home to a diverse and resilient population, and we remain steadfast in our dedication to protecting the well-being and rights of all who live here. And whereas, the Providence City Council is closely monitoring developments and remains vigilant in assessing their impact on our community, ensuring that we respond with care and urgency. Now therefore be it resolved that the Providence City Council stands in solidarity with all its residents who may be struggling due to recent events, and reaffirms our unwavering commitment to serving, protecting, and advocating for our community in the face of uncertainty.
Point of personal expression, Madam President. Thank you.
Councilwoman Peters.
I wanted to say that I appreciate that you are the acting president to preside over the words I'm about to say. As a woman of color and as a woman who has represented her community and advocated for Black and brown as much as you have, I appreciate that I get to say these words in front of you. Council colleagues, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to talk quickly about the current situations many of our constituents are facing. Regardless of what we believe or how indirectly the changes at federal level are affecting us, every single one of us has our residents who are deeply affected and concerned about what their future holds over the next 4 years. The very fabric of who we are as a society, how we treat one another, the recognition of our diversity in our neighborhoods, the differences in our communities, those are what make our city cultivate and maintain its richness and culture. They are literally the cornerstones of our progress. This inclusivity of thought, the recognition of these cultures that have contributed to the fabric of the city, that's DEI. The parade that is celebrated on Smith Street for St. Patrick's Day, Columbus Day's celebration and Indigenous Peoples Day celebration on Federal Hill, that's also DEI. How? How do you ask? Because for both populations, it was about taking pride in spite of the persecution faced. The celebrations on Broad Street and at Roger Williams Park in the summer celebrating Dominican and Puerto Rican pride, those are all forms of demonstrating DEI. In the workplace, DEI is as simple as creating systems to create equity, to recognize that in order to thrive and have a healthy and quality workplace, you need to recognize each other's differences as assets and find ways to make them work for the team that you've built. Currently, our neighbors who contribute so much to their employers are faced with answering how do they move their companies forward, their organizations, their businesses, with the simple idea of inclusivity being questioned. It feels like we've come so far in advancing equity to then take 10 steps back, all because some people believe it's part of a quote-unquote woke agenda. All it is recognition and fairness. At its core, not having diversity, equity, or inclusion can make us lose the very essence of fairness in our society. Consider this. When DEI initiatives are weakened or eliminated, there's a direct impact on federal funding for community programs. Many organizations that rely on federal funding to serve these communities, including education, healthcare, job training, social services, when this funding disappears, it's the most vulnerable people, the people that we represent. Those are the ones that rely on our services. Those are the ones who are hurt. It's our children in our underfunded schools. Those abstract concepts, these aren't, abstract concepts. These are people in our neighborhoods, our families, and in every one of our 15 communities. Our neighbors are scrambling to try and support their stakeholders and what the near future looks like for them as well. I do want to move on to something that's extremely personal to me, and I believe in using the power of expression on the chamber floors to talk about it. I've watched my friends in their proud advocacy fight for our undocumented community members. Our allies have told us that the best way to help is to not shine light on the issue, and I trust that my community is doing what they need to always protect our most vulnerable. The process of becoming a legal resident in the US is long and complicated, and the goalpost keeps getting changed so that your time and your investment to being legal in this country is consistently compromised. For those that don't support a pathway to legal residency in this country, please understand that the rhetoric surrounding immigration is completely misguided. The truth is that the process is long, complex, and even fraught with consistent challenges. Too often, the conversation around immigration has been tainted with negativity, stereotypes, and a lack of empathy. We hear terms like illegal immigrants thrown around, but how many of us understand what it really means to go through the immigration process? To wait for years, to fill out endless forms, to sit through interviews, all while hoping for a chance to live, to work, and contribute to this country legally. The cruelty of unchecked rhetoric turns lives upside down and makes people become something less than human. It paints them as a threat rather than recognizing their hard work, their sacrifices, and the dreams that they bring into this country. A sacrifice that every single one of our ancestors has made. When we lose sight of the humanity behind immigration and start seeing people as problems to be solved, we fail to see the incredible value that they bring to our communities. They are your neighbors, your co-workers, and they deserve our empathy, not our condemnation. Immigrants, whether you're just beginning the process or have already become citizens, our teachers are our friends and our doctors. If we strip away the support systems that help them, we not only undermine their journey, but we weaken the very essence of our local communities. Perhaps the most important message I want to leave you with today is this. These issues are not distant or abstract. They are local. They affect our day-to-day lives and the lives of those around us. Whether we're talking about the loss of federal funding or the mistreatment of immigrants, those aren't just national issues. They're issues that affect our schools, our hospitals, and our neighborhoods. When we look the other way, when we ignore the challenges faced by others, we're not just hurting them, we're hurting ourselves. I understand that everyone has their personal opinions on these issues, and some may not agree with the policies in place or have different views on how things should be handled. That's okay. Debate and discussion is part of democracy. No matter where we stand, we must always remember that we, the 15 that embody the Providence City Council, we need to be all in on this together. We share a community, and the strength of that community lies in our ability to support each other regardless of what we feel personally. I promise I'm almost done. We cannot allow our communities to fall apart due to division, to fear, or to apathy. We must come together to support one another to ensure that every person, regardless of their background, their status, their race, their income, or their identity have a fair shot at a better life. This is not about politics. This is about humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Peterson. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any extensions? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, item 17, please.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 17.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please refer item 17 to the Committee on Finance.
So noted.
Madam Clerk, please read item 18.
Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 18 and pass for the first time on a roll call vote.
Do I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Council President Miller is absent. Acting Council President Harris.
Aye.
Deputy Majority Whip Anderbaugh.
Aye.
Councilwoman Anthony.
Aye.
Majority Leader Espinal is absent. Senior Deputy Majority Leader Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilwoman Graves is absent. Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Council President Pro Tempore Pichardo is absent. Councilor Royas.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryan. Councilwoman Ryan. Aye. Majority Whip Sanchez.
Aye.
Councilman Taylor.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ana Vargas.
Aye.
Councilman Oscar Vargas.
Aye.
You have 11 ayes, 4 absent. The motion carries. The matter is passed for the first time on a roll call vote.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, item 19.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 19, pass on a voice vote, and refer back to the Board of Contract and Supply.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, could you please read item 20?
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 20 through 31 and receive and approve.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? I'm sorry, Councilman Sanchez.
Thank you, Madam President. Yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out to the members of the school board that are here. If you could please stand up, you guys have very important roles to fill, and you guys are going to be sworn in after this meeting, so if anyone from the public wants to join and congratulate them, you're more than welcome. But we have here Melissa Hughes, Nigel, Heidi, Silverio, Jenny Mercado. Do I see anyone else from the school board? Nope, but I'm sure they're all here somewhere. Thank you so much for the folks that are appointed, for stepping up and asking for this huge honor, and the folks that ran and got elected, congratulations. Us here on the City Council are more than willing and excited to get to work on behalf of the children of our city. A big shout out to the superintendent, Javier Montanez, that's also here with us. We all need to be as united as possible the next couple years while we work on returning the school district to local control. Thank you. And then also I just want to give a quick shout out to other folks that are being appointed to very important boards. Nicole Pollock is being appointed to the Providence Public Building Authority. We have Kojo Ving being appointed to the Board of Tax Assessment. Nelson Farah appointed to the Board of Building Review. Bruce Bartell also to the Building Board Review. Robert Ritchie, Board of Tax Assessment. David Igliozzi is getting appointed as the Chief Judge of Providence Housing Court. Paul Ragosta, that I believe is here. Thank you so much for your willingness to serve. Thank you guys all very much. These are volunteer boards, very important work that happens behind the scenes on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much for your willing to serve the people of Providence. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman Chance, yes.
Madam President,
Councilman Royce.
if I could just add on to my colleague here. Wasn't planning on giving my remarks, but I do want to congratulate the school board members, and I look forward to working with you all. And what jumped at me just now is our schools have often served as safe havens for our children, and currently that is being threatened. And I look forward to working with you all so that our schools are welcoming for our families and our students. I look forward to working with you so that we are creating a space where there's academic rigor, but more importantly, in my view, where the mental health of our students are being prioritized in our school systems. So I just want to note that, Madam President, and again, I congratulate our school board members and look forward to working with you all.
Any other discussion? Councilwoman Vargas.
I would like to say thank you for your time and thank you for the education, because education is the key to open any door. And so you're here to be at the board members because we have the better facilitators, better school, and also better idea to get the kids better. We don't have to be the number one, but we don't have to be the last, the first for the kids to working and have a better futures. See, have better futures, so we have better cities to go forward. So congratulations all. Congratulations for the school department, and congratulations all my people, because when I working for the school department, we have a lot to do, but we cannot be alone. We have to be together for the better and better for Providence. Not Massachusetts, not New York, no, Rhode Island, Providence specials, to have better education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman Vargas. Any other discussion? Want to cut anybody off? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. We'll receive this particular item. Receive and report. Madam Clerk, item 32.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 32 and pass on a voice vote.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, item 33.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of items 33 through 43.
Do I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it. Did I hear you vote? Okay. Then the ayes have it. Madam Clerk, please refer item 33 and 34 to the Committee on Claims and Pending Suits, and please note item 35 through 43 as received.
So noted.
Find out where I'm at. Madam Clerk, item 44.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 44 and pass on a voice vote.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? Any opposed? All in favor? All right, we'll start over. Any opposed? Any abstain? The ayes have it. Madam Clerk, item 45.
Acting Madam President, motion to waive the reading of item 45 and pass on a unanimous rising vote.
Second, Madam President.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it.
Acting Madam President, being that there's no further business, a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any extensions? We are now adjourned. I would ask people to stick around.